We have a CGI problem and an increasing AI problem. But the problem isn't the presence of too much AI or even CGI in our movies and shows. It's that every time people see something they can't explain, not only is their first assumption that a computer is the culprit, but that a culprit needs to be sought out in the first place. Superman is not cross-eyed in this photo, mainly because crossed eyes are, crossed, meaning one eye's field of vision is crossing over into the other. Eyes looking apart are more generically referred to as lazy or wall or cocked. But that's not the important point here. The important point here is this isn't important. This scene, which may or may not even make it into the actual movie, is from 2 seconds of footage in a 1-minute teaser that isn't even the main trailer. James Gunn already explained that any distortion you're looking at is kind of the point. That's what wide-angle lenses do, and anything lost in that choice is considered a fair trade for what's gained. Pretty much that's how all lenses, color grades, sound mixes, visual choices, and all art works. If you have a problem with this one shot, that's up to you. All art is subjective and different things bother different people. But let's not pretend that this thing that bothers you isn't just a fraction of a moment in time, but also a fraction of a millimeter. I've seen Superman artwork with more pronounced strabismus. Trying to say that this film will undoubtedly be a failure based on those fractional measures is ignoring objective reality. I don't care what other superhero trailers got by comparison. 1.4 million likes is not nothing. Plus, this thing we're saying it has to bomb because Gunn made it, irrespective of how you feel about Gunn's movies, is ignoring history. Trying to equate this fraction of a millimeter in seconds of footage with the quality and performance of an entire film that hasn't even come out yet is disingenuous at best, dishonest at worst. What I'm saying is, if you're making this argument, you are possessed of copious amounts of a substance that science refers to as horsepucky. And the really weird part of all of this is that the majority of the criticisms of this scene, particularly those citing this scene as if it seals the film's doom, are coming from people who have a really short memory. Snyder fans. Lest we forget, Man of Steel was met with harsh criticisms. Audiences hated the costume, the actor, the portrayal, the cinematography, the story, the color grading long before the movie even came out, and went on long rants both on and off YouTube about how the character was destroyed for all time and that the movie was going to fail. Can I talk to you for a second? Come here. A little bit closer. I need you to understand something. This is not the last Superman adaptation you'll see in your lifetime. There will be more. Do you realize just in my lifetime, this is the 9th guy who's played Kal-El in something that was new to me? You don't have to treat this like it's the end of ever seeing another Superman you like. And it's DC. You'll probably get 3 more before Skynet attacks. You don't have to be this dramatic. The vibe some Snyder fans are giving off is they can't let the past go. Yes, you got the Snyder cut after whatever this was, but you were dealing with a film that was already mostly film. All of the actors were still under contract, and more significantly, resources were still being allocated to a semblance of its creation. That's not the case anymore. DC has moved on, Snyder has moved on, and you're just going to have to live with the results. You don't have to be a thorn in everyone else's side just to continually lament what you can never change. You know, you could do something that every other YouTuber will tell you not to do, or at least not ask you to try. Give the movie a fair shot. Put aside your biases for a night and enjoy the fact you're at a Superman movie, something that hasn't happened in 12 years. Instead of trying to be that sophisticated YouTuber who tells you what to think through a voluminous neckbeard, why don't you try being that young kid who will be going to the theater to see a Superman movie for the first time in his life? Why not try to have fun? I'm Digital Jedi, and that's why you're wrong.